Welcome back to the other guys with Volcom Pipe Pros alternate commentary stream, Pirate Radio. A couple of backyards over from where the main action is, and a couple of yards over from our latest guest's house, Jamie O'Brien. Welcome to the other guys, man.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you.
Good to see you, man.
Likewise.
So you'd never get jaded competing at pipe, but what would it take for you to grab the soft top and paddle out in your heat?
Ooh. Oh, I'd have to be real confident. Definitely think I could do it. I could maybe win a heat, but it's hard, you know. Like you think like every year, you know, you got 2 shots to win a pipe contest. It's the Pipe Masters, or you got 3. It's the Pipe Masters, the Backdoor Shootout, and the Volcom Pipe Pro, and like they are prestigious wins. So you don't want to like go messing around too much. You know, you enter this contest, you want to win. And if you're in here to make a couple heats, you shouldn't even show up. You know, like your motive is to win. Anything less than a final is definitely a failure. You know, just by winning it multiple times and winning multiple contests out here, it's like you know what you want. You know how to get the job done, and then you go out there to do it. And yeah, I don't know. Surfing is a greedy sport, but you know we're blessed to actually score perfect waves with 3 other surfers out here. And you know, if you add all that time together in your whole life, you know, I probably got days on days on days out here with 3 other guys out, and that's what matters.
Life's not bad for JOB.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. You know, it honestly feels like, you know, 25 years of I wouldn't say hard work, but consistent and keep like pushing the envelope, you know, whether it's like my dad just rousting me to go surf or whatever, I don't know. You know, the pipeline's a dangerous wave, you know, and you know, my thoughts and prayers go out to Dusty and what happened a couple weeks ago, which was really sad, and I'm glad he's making a good recovery. It's just hard to see things like that. And last year, KALANI Chapman, you know, my best friend almost died in a surfing accident out here, and it just seems like it's every year, and I think the older I get, the more scared I get. And I'll paddle out there and, you know, get 3, 4 amazing waves, and everyone's like, wow, you made it look so easy. You know, I'm like, oh, frick, I was pretty scared. I sent 4, I'm going in.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely a dream living here, and it's beautiful in Hawaii, and I would not want to be anywhere else.
Last topic before we let you go. Instagram, good or bad for surfing?
I think it's great. It's fun. I think it's the best thing that ever happened to surfing. I think that, you know, my whole life, magazines, they try and control the surf market. And if a surfer is good enough to build his own product and build his own brand, then we deserve to be able to push our own brand to where I feel like the Instagram is taking over. I really like it. I'm sorry, when I see these magazines going away, I like it because it gives those younger generation kids like more power to themselves. Like, you know, I don't like when other guys repost my stuff. That's my content. Yeah. I built that, I created that, and they take that and they don't, you know, they use it. I don't know.
Well, I think you're an entrepreneur in a sense of like you took your own career in your hands. It doesn't work for everyone. Not everyone's as creative, talented as you. So, but it's great. It's great.
Instagram's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Right?
You're awesome.
Yeah.
Jamie O'Brien.
Cool. Thank you guys.
Pleasure, mate.
You're kind of one of those original OG kind of crossover guys. Who'd you grow up?
Well, thank you. Honestly, that was the biggest compliment ever. Thank you.
I mean, I don't know that you know. There's a crop of guys. Who do you look to? Who's some of your favorites?
There was no one that really surfed and skated back then. It was just like I always looked up to just a skater and a surfer, and Anthony Van Engelen was always my favorite skater growing up, and Mason. John was honestly, I grew up with John, and we went and surfed and skated every single day. I watched him break his wrist at Cholo Bowl doing like on that flat wall. I mean, he's gnarly. I mean, that's the thing. Like, we push each other and we learn all new stuff. So John probably is one of the biggest influences for that.
I remember seeing you out in Australia a couple of years ago, Australian Open, and you were surfing in the draw for the men's, and then you're also competing in the bowl comp at the same time.
Yeah, that was pretty radical.
How did you sort of juggle that stuff? And do you still skate the bowl comps?
No, I honestly haven't even done I was honestly overdoing contests for a really long time. I was just like, I had all my health issues, and then with a bunch of family and a bunch of sponsor stuff that was going on, I honestly just kind of pulled the plug, and I was just like, you know what, I can't. I'm over this, and I kind of found a new appreciation for everything. And
yeah, it's actually re-inspired kind of your, back to just loving surfing and loving skating.
Yeah.
I think we all get wrapped up in like politics the games that are played. Has that been kind of refreshing for you to go back to basics and just rip?
No, definitely, because I just had to go back to, you know, why did I even start surfing and skating? It wasn't because I thought I was going to make $1 million a year and nothing, you know, so I just kind of found my love for it again, and just going and surfing and just skating and being with your friends is honestly the best thing in the world for me. I love just having a good time. North Shore has the best talent for surfing.
It's becoming one of those places where you do surf and skate. Like last night we saw Artur Sari at dinner, and he moved out here, and
there's guys moving out here from everywhere.
Yeah,
and like back then it wasn't just like you get you just move here, and Artur Sari pretty much bought all the Sharks Cove, and he's building a whole skate park and all that, and you know, it's really cool.
It's a playground for people that want to rip.
Yeah,
it's always been, you know, one of the most intense elite surf places
it's cool.
in the world.
Like Jay Adams. Jay Adams is obviously the pioneer of surfing and skating. He's the ultimate. And
did you skate with Jay much?
Growing up, yeah, actually, he did a lot for me growing up, and he was one of the closest people to me growing up too, because he taught me some pretty cool stuff, skating bowls and going surfing too as well. And definitely miss you, Jay. But
so growing up on the North Shore, and especially, you know, you were touted from such a young age for your talent surfing and skating. Do you feel pressure?
I kind of feel no more pressure no more. I felt when I was sponsored and more in the spotlight, I felt like I had to perform, and I had to do it a certain way. And if I went and tried to do it my way instead of everyone else's way, because there were so many people there telling me what to do. It wasn't like, it wasn't me like, I'm gonna do this, do that. So it was like more of how they wanted me to perform, and now I have absolutely no one. No sponsors. I've sponsored myself, and I have, you know, a couple people that help me out, and that's kind of what keeps me going and wants to perform differently and do even different things than everyone else. Like, is just the fact that I get to, I don't know, just get to do whatever I want to do in a way.
Well, I think that's refreshing. Yeah, I'm psyched for
For
you.
sure.
Thank you.
You had a really serious health scare. I don't know how deep you want to go into it or anything, but how long were you out of action for?
No, I'll just give you the topics of it. It's not like, I had a 10-hour seizure in the back of my friend's house, and I found out I had a Wolff-Parkinson syndrome, and I had to get heart surgery. And the doctor, I was like induced into a coma, and the doctor was like, oh, he's going to be hooked up to dialysis. I had to relearn how to walk. And there was like, so many people that it just was saying so much stuff that like it would really bum me out too, because I had actual health problems, and people were going around saying other things, and you know, that hurt. Everyone just kind of turned their back, and I had to come up on my own with just the people around me. So yeah, those kind of, I'm very happy everything happened. Everything happened for a reason, because now I get to start fresh, and I feel like I can almost start something new with a bunch of other people too as well. You know, there's so many kids nowadays that surf and skate. That's like the whole new thing. Like, every kid from North Shore, like, they don't just surf nowadays. They're not just a skater. Like, they both surf and they skate. Yeah. Every kid out here. So that's pretty cool to see how every
I'd say you're one of the forefathers of this kind of new crop that did that. So,
and I'm really honored, and the fact that I get to start fresh, and kind of, I want to make it like a cool thing and not be like
it's pretty sick. I mean, you're 20 years old. You've already had this whole first chapter where you're competing in X Games and like bowl comps and traveling the world, and then you've had your health scare, and now what's chapter 2 all about? Where do you go from here, man?
Chapter 2, just have fun in contests. I definitely want to start trying to do more surf contests. Everyone's way too serious and claims every single freaking wave way too much.
Well, I have to say, I was thrilled when I looked out of the corner and saw you surfing over here, and see you back making heats and getting in the mix. And
so yeah, just try to. I want to put out cool videos of surfing and skating.
Make sure you call me. We're ready.
We're definitely we're doing it for sure.
Who are you? Who is Finnegan Thunders McGill?
Thunders. Is that your
That's my middle name, yeah.
Wow, where does that come from? There's got to be a story there.
Yeah, so my dad's kind of like an old punk rocker kind of guy. So he was really obsessed with this guy, Johnny Thunders, growing up.
Classic.
And he was...
He had to get that name in there.
Decided to...
So are you
throw
a
that-
punk rocker now too?
Sort of. I'm kind of more relaxed than my dad, so...
You're riding Kelly Slater's surfboards. Do you know him? Do you hang out with him? How does that happen?
Yeah,
Is he your shaper?
Is that what that means?
you never know.
For Kelly Slater surfboard?
You never know. I mean, he could be shaping one of my boards. I don't know. He's runs
Kelly is
around and
busy.
stuff, but
he
Kelly
does
Slater is
everything.
busy, isn't
He's making people's clothes and making people's waves. And
Yeah.
yeah, he's making everything.
we got to return his calls. Actually, that's.
Oh yeah. I mean, we're pretty busy too.
Yeah, we're busy guys. Yeah, no, how's it work? How do you get on Slater Designs surfboards? Because they looked amazing the few times I've seen you on them.
They're unbelievable. They're so great. I just got. I work with Reynolds Hayes. He's a good coach of mine, and basically he just told me, he was like, yeah, Slater Designs is interested in you. I was looking to switch over and stuff, and they told me Slater Design was interested, and then I went and talked to team manager Travis Lee, and I was really stoked on them because just what Kelly was doing with the company and stuff. And Travis Lee talked to me, and I was blown away how much he knew about surfboards, and it was like science to him. Like,
Yeah,
he was a genius, and I was really stoked on that. So I jumped on them right away, and I was just really wanted to get behind that company.
Was there any immediate difference you noticed the first board you rode compared to what you kind of grew up your whole life riding? Any difference you're like, okay, but I kind of like it, but it's different?
There's just so much spring, and like it's so hard to explain, but
Yeah.
like you
Talking
think
about
of,
surfboard design is always one of the most like
Yeah.
we're just like yeah.
like you think of it, like you think, okay, I'm gonna do a turn here, and it does it, and it's like, I mean, I
So
think I've
Kelly's
only
bringing the waves to you. He's like, got our turns getting better.
Yeah, I don't
Nice.
know. I think I've had like 2 bad boards from them. It's crazy, and they weren't even that bad. It was just like, okay, yeah, like.
And the amount he probably goes through, that's like a crazy
Yeah.
stat.
For those of you at home, that's not like 2 out of 3.
I've
That's
gone
like
through
2
2
out
boards
of 50.
in 10 years, yeah.
And have you had any conversation with Kelly, or does he like text you, or you're saying in Oz he rang and you thought his number was like a call center or something, and you almost barred him?
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. But yeah, he has my number. Like randomly he'll call me sometimes and stuff. He congratulated me after Worlds, and I was really stoked on that. And yeah, he took me to his wave pool too. I got to talk to him a little bit when he was there, and it was unbelievable there.
So you're actually riding his boards in his pool. You're just like,
He has your phone number.
this is crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's
It
got to
was
be a
alive.
pinch yourself moment, right?
Definitely.
Are you an anti-wave puller?
I'm an anti-wave puller.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I've met a
I
few
was
of you
invited.
guys.
Is there a few? Can you introduce me?
Yeah,
I feel like I might be the only one.
Well, hang on. No, maybe Nick Carroll is still sort of trying to make up his mind. He had a good time.
Really?
Yeah,
well,
no.
hang on. Well, is it still the embargo? I think it's February
yeah.
1st now, right?
No, I think we got a day to go. I don't want to get in trouble.
All right. Yeah.
It's-
Do you want
it's
someone
already-
to get invited?
It's already tomorrow in Australia.
The embargo.
But isn't it 31 days in?
No.
Yep.
It's leap year, so there's only 28. We're good to go. Tell us all. You went to where were you recently?
Yeah, I went and had a go. I went and had a go on the pool, and I went over not as a wave pool denialist, but as a wave pool full frothing embracer, and it was amazing. It was the sickest fun. It was better than I actually thought it was going to be, bigger than I thought it was going to be, which is weird.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's going to be issues with the entertainment factor of this event they've got coming up, but all in all, the feeling of riding it.
Yeah,
It's psycho.
it's fun to look at. I am already that first week when it was all coming out, and I was saying like, this doesn't do much for me. Still kind of like wanted to check a few waves. I feel like, well, Alex Nose wrote it really interesting a few weeks ago, but other than that, I'm like,
Well,
I mean, I've seen everybody get barreled.
It's funny you say that, because since we had the big warm-up contest with Gabby and everyone, the waves that generate any talk is like, oh, here's Parko riding a skimboard, or here's
Yeah.
Alex Nost, or here's Steph
More
getting
gimmicks.
tubed off her
Just
face.
as like a gimmick creator.
Not so much like, I don't know, here's Connor Coffin doing some turns.
Yeah, which makes judging it and, the spectacle of it a real challenge.
If you were the commissioner, the wave pool commissioner, the Right Honourable Vaughan Blakey,
Yeah.
how would you roll out the format? Would you go like a skate jam? Would you have a leaderboard, like a half pipe comp?
Yeah, I think it'd have to be sort of almost like slalom, like the big jumps or the freestyle jumps at the Olympics where everyone just goes one after the other. But what I'd do is put Felipe on it first, because then the score and the benchmark is set.
You can't surf safe after
and
that.
then you've got to let it hang out, and you've got to like bring something to it that no one is prepared for. That's the only way I can really see it happening. I mean, I can't see. There's no way it's going to be man on man, clearly. But
a heat would be
diabolically
surely not
awful, wouldn't it? But
We're going to find out, right? We're going to find out.
Create an atmosphere around what's going on in the water.
Yeah,
not
I think
just
we're going to try and call Dave Prodan at some point in
Cool.
the next few days and just...
This brings up maybe...
It's
probably
great
should
though.
keep that off air
I
so I
will
can
say
spring
this.
on it.
I'm not being critical of it, because I reckon it's a challenge that they're going to have to rise to, but I reckon they will, because they have to.
Yep.
Because everything is just going to be hanging on this thing, you know?
We could finally get situational music, which I've been pushing for since Bells a few years ago.
That
where
would be great.
I was talking to Dan, he's like, wouldn't it be more fun if there was some kind of, where it was like you're at a football game and like the
rally
guys could
music
pick stuff,
and
or just some sort of curated situational music.
Are you talking about, like, you know, is it in the baseball or the basketball? As you
We're gonna
spray
need-
towards the end section?
Yeah,
Here
we're
goes
gonna need
Volco. He's in the chute. Vaughan, you can go home. It's been a pleasure. As always, I'm
Thanks.
sure
Yeah,
we'll
thanks for
catch up
coming.
Yeah,
again
I'll
before
catch you
this
guys
one is
again.
run
See you.
and done. We're going to cut to a highlights package of stuff. Not sure what it is, but enjoy it. We'll be right back to wrap up the first day of the other guys right after this.
Mary?